I've got a story for you that I think perfectly shows how the right strategy in commercial property can completely transform your financial position. One of my clients recently bought a commercial property for $1.1 million, and here's the incredible part. That single property is generating $111,000 a year in income. 4 tenants, 4 steady income streams. But what makes this deal really interesting is how they structured it. You see, they borrowed $700,000. They obviously had a bit of cash, and by their estimation, that property will be completely paid off in just 7 years. Now, that's not luck. That's smart investing, smart structuring, and understanding how to turn the commercial property into a true cash flow machine. So let's break down how they did it and how you can use the same approach. When most people think about property investing, they think of residential, long-term capital growth, low yields, and maybe a few $100s a week in rent. But commercial property plays a different game. It's all about yield and stability. In this case, $111,000 a year on $1.1 million purchase is roughly a 10% gross yield. That's more than double what you typically see in residential. And here's why that matters. With yields that strong, your property can pay down its own debt fast. My client's plan to clear a $700,000 loan in 7 years isn't just wishful thinking, it's math. High cash flow, low vacancy risk when managed well can accelerate wealth dramatically. Now here's the twist. Most people borrow as little as possible when they invest. My client did the actual opposite. They borrowed $70,000 more than what they technically needed to settle. Why? Because they had a plan. They used that extra capital to renovate and restructure the property. Instead of one large commercial space, they split the tenancy at the front into 2 smaller units, turning one big tenant into multiple income streams. They even fitted out a storage shed and leased it separately at the back. The result? A drastic boost in income, diversification of risk, and ultimately around $5,000 a month in positive cash flow after expenses. That's the difference between short-term thinking and building a portfolio that funds your lifestyle. Let's talk about that renovation. They didn't overcapitalize. They didn't go for shiny tiles or luxury fittings. This was a functional uplift, reconfiguring the space to make it more versatile. One large commercial tenancy became 2 smaller spaces, appealing to local businesses that needed manageable footprints. Then that unused shed out the back converted into a storage, simple, clean, rentable. The key here is understanding demand in your local commercial market. Industrial and storage space is red hot right now in many parts of Australia. My client recognized that and created the supply. And the real power of value add commercial investing, you're not waiting for the market to rise, you're manufacturing equity and income right now. So now they've got a property that's generating over $100,000 in annual income, producing $5,000 in monthly positive cash flow, and on track to be completely debt-free within 7 years. That's not just a good investment, that's a wealth-building vehicle. And this is what I mean when I say treat your property like a business. You don't just buy and hope, you analyze, you structure, and you act strategically. If you're sitting on equity or considering your next move, this is what I want you to take away. Commercial property isn't about chasing growth, it's about creating income and chasing opportunity. You can use borrowing strategically, not recklessly, to enhance returns and manufacture cash flow. And when you understand how to structure deals like this with strong yields, smart debt management, and value-adding opportunities, you're not just investing in property, you're building a future where your assets work for you. If you want to see how this kind of strategy could fit into your own portfolio or how to structure your lending to maximize returns, book a strategy call with us. We'll walk you through what's possible based on your current position and help you map out your next move with confidence. I'm Alex Watson from Funded Finance, and this is what strategic investing looks like.